Hello Amethyst, welcome to your week 2 update so we can see what you've been getting up to and we can celebrate some of your fantastic work and so I can keep you in the loop of what I've been up to as well. First up, what I've been doing. So I've been doing lots of baking and cooking this week. We had a neighbour's birthday, so me and my sisters made him this Roblox cake. Now I don't really know what Roblox is, but I'm sure some of you might know. We made some pad thai and had a summer holiday themed evening, which was very fun, wearing some colourful clothes. We've been doing our workouts, we've been baking lots of nice cakes, and also I had some sad news this week, so I have some lovely friends. Some of the teachers at Salisbury sent me a wonderful bouquet of flowers and a little hamper full of goodies to make me feel happier. We've also been taking my cat outside. It's on lockdown because it's new to our house and needs to get used to where it lives. So it's not allowed out on its own yet, so we've been taking it for walks around the garden, which is quite funny. And here's a little video of it having a nice little sleep during the day because it's quite a lazy cat. Even though we're in lockdown, we're still having birthdays and we're doing fantastic things to celebrate them. I got a lovely photo of Isaac having an amazing cake to celebrate his 6th birthday a couple of weeks ago. And it's Adele's birthday coming up this week on Wednesday, on the 6th of May. So happy birthday, Adele, for your birthday on Wednesday. I hope you have a wonderful day. And when we get back to school, we'll have to sing a big happy birthday for all those children and Miss Kilner who have their birthday during lockdown. Ramadan has now started and lots of people around the world are not eating or drinking anything between sunrise and sunset. Miss Bashora told us lots about Ramadan last year because her family celebrated, and Ines has sent in a wonderful photo of her taking part in her Ramadan celebrations. I wish everybody who's taking part in Ramadan the best of luck. Now onto the work that you've been doing in English this week. I was so impressed with the amount of work that's been uploaded. You guys have been working really hard at home and it gave me lots to do and made me really happy reading through all your stories and your story maps. It made it quite hard to pick my favourite ones for this week, but I've picked these 3 from Adele, Inigo and Sebastian because they were all clearly numbered, which meant it was really clear to see what happened at the start, the middle and the end of the stories. They also all included speech bubbles, and speech bubbles are a really important part of story maps because they help us remember what we want to write in our stories. So well done to Adele with this one, Inigo with this one, and Sebastian with this one. They're fantastic story maps. Now on to your stories. You did a really good job at writing your stories this week. It was really hard to pick my favourite ones, but I picked these 4 because Isaac has made a really big effort to up-level his work. He's taken a red pen and corrected all his mistakes, such as when he forgot to capitalise queen or forgot to capitalise his first word after a full stop, and he's also ticked the things he's done well. Inigo wrote a brilliant story because he's really tried to make his writing clear and readable for me to see. He's also started using some cursive writing towards the bottom, which I was really impressed with, so Inigo, keep up the good work. Sia's done a fantastic job at capitalising names of places such as Trafalgar Square and St Paul's Cathedral and capitalising names such as Katie and Grandma. Really well done, Sia. And finally, Ines has done a fantastic job at writing a really long story. I can tell she's tried super hard and she's also made an effort to use openers such as next and after and first. So well done, Ines, for your fantastic writing. I also want to say a huge well done to Eddie, who wrote a disgusting instruction list for how to make a disgusting sandwich. It included things like worms, slugs, caterpillars and snails. He did a really great job and his mum told me that he tried super hard on it, so well done, Eddie. And finally, well done to Jasper, who answered the questions from my YouTube video. Last week, I'm going to be giving Dojo points to those of you that do some fantastic, outstanding work. And this week, as I've just gone through, in literacy, we had some children who have been superstars. So the first person I'd like to give some Dojo points is to Inigo. Inigo, you have done a fantastic work in your writing and with your story mapping, so you have won yourself 5 Dojo points. Well done, fantastic. I'd also like to give some Dojo points to Adele, because you have done some fantastic work this week in literacy too. And to Ines, well done Ines. And to Sebastian. To Isaac. To Sia. To Eddie for his fantastic story, because his mum told me that he put a lot of effort into it and tried really hard when writing it. So I mean his instruction writing. Well done, Eddie. Fantastic job with the disgusting sandwich. It really was disgusting. And also to Jasper for taking time to answer the questions to the video on my YouTube channel. Last week, I'm going to be giving Dojo points to those of you that do some fantastic, outstanding work. And this week, as I've just gone through, in literacy, we had some children who have been superstars. So the first person I'd like to give some Dojo points is to Inigo. Inigo, you have done fantastic work in your writing and with your story mapping, so you have won yourself 5 Dojo points. Well done, fantastic. I'd also like to give some Dojo points to Adele, because you have done some fantastic work this week in literacy too. And to Ines, well done Ines. And to Sebastian. To Isaac. To Sia. To Eddie for his fantastic story, because his mum told me that he put a lot of effort into it and tried really hard when writing it. So I mean his instruction writing. Well done, Eddie. Fantastic job with your disgusting sandwich. It really was disgusting. And also to Jasper for taking time to answer the questions to the video on my YouTube channel. Last week, I'm going to be giving I'd now like to look at maths, because you have been such marvellous mathematicians this week, especially some surely sharp-eyed ones of you, like Mel and Alice, who spotted the mistake on the maths questions. If you look closely at the question, there were not 8 cookies, as it says over here. Instead, there were 1 lot of 2, 2 lots of 2s, 3 lots of 2s, 4 lots of 2s, 5 lots of 2s, which when we add it together makes 10. So well done if you spotted that mistake. It just shows that even adults sometimes make mistakes. So what we need to do is we need to really check over our work to see that we haven't made any mistakes. But you know what? If you do make a mistake, we can just learn from it. And next time, we won't make the same mistake. You were looking at halves and quarters this week in maths, and I had a lovely message from Miller, who told me that she'd been using fruit and chopping it into halves and quarters to help her understand what halves and quarters meant. So I thought I would make a little video for you so you could see what we mean by half and what we mean by quartering. When we chop a piece of fruit in half, we split it into 2 equal parts. When we split it into quarters, we then take those halves and split them again so that we have 4 equal parts. One question that was quite difficult was finding a quarter of 12. Now, as you can see, if we split into 3 parts, have we found our quarter? Let's have another go. If we have our 12 donuts here and we split them in half, we've got 6 on each side. Then, to split them in quarters, we need to do it into 4 equal parts. Not 3, but 4. So we should have 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which equals 12. So our answer should be a quarter of 12 is equal to 3. This was another question that a few of you got stuck on, so I thought we could work through our own example so you can see how it's done. When we work with quarters, we need to remember we want 4 equal parts. So if we have 2 here, we need to put the same number in every box. So if we have 2 in this box, we need to have 2 in the next box, 2 in the box after that, and 2 in the box after that. And then we need to add them all together to get our total answer. So we have 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 2 more is 8. So if you got 8 when we were working through this example together, well done. And finally, I just want to say a really good job to Jasper in his maths work here, because he has written down an explanation as to why he does not agree with Kim. He said that the triangle has 4 equal sides when we're looking at this example here. That's exactly what I want to see when we have a reasoning question. I want to see you write down what you're thinking, because that helps me understand whether you've understood it or not. I'd like to give some Dojo points to Alice and Mel for their fantastic shady sharp eyes and spotting the mistake and being able to give me the correct answer as well. There you go, 5 points, fantastic. I would also like to give 5 points for Jasper because he tried really hard with his maths this week. I'd like to give 5 points to Mia for her very ingenious way of cutting up the fruit and also her fantastic work. I'd like to give 5 points to Nia for her brilliant maths, 5 points to Sebastian for his brilliant maths, and I'd also like to give 5 points to Chloe for her fantastic maths and her fantastic Spanish, because she's been doing loads of Spanish and been doing fantastically well with her Spanish. I'd like to give some Dojo points to Alice and Mel for their fantastic shady sharp eyes. And finally, I would just like to talk over some of the extra things that you've been up to during this lockdown period. I've had a lovely picture of Nia and her brother who baked some amazing crispy cakes. They look so yummy and I really wish I could try one. Adele and her sister have been out in the garden making the most of sunshine. I've also seen some fantastic drawing and art from you. Sia did a brilliant picture with her sister. Harry drew a picture of him missing his friends and missing school, which I know a lot of you are finding it quite hard not seeing your friends, but we are all in this together and we'll see each other soon. It's all right to feel sad. A lot of us feel sad and a lot of us are missing our friends. Remember to speak to your mummies and daddies if you're feeling sad, and you can always arrange a phone call with one of your friends if you want to see their face. I've had a fantastic picture of a tiger from Mel. Mel said this is the best tiger he's ever drawn, and I'm sure we can all agree it's a pretty brilliant tiger. So keep it up, Mel. I want to see more of your fantastic animals. And Jasper's also been working on his humanities project and filling in his COVID time capsule. And last but not least, I just want to say a massive congratulations, Amethyst, for a fantastic week of work, and I cannot wait to see your submissions for this week. Remember, it's a bank holiday, so you've got Friday off. And my cat, Buddy, would just like to tell you all to keep up the hard work. Well done, have a lovely week, stay safe and be kind. And spotting the mistake and being able to give me the correct answer as well. There you go, 5 points, fantastic. I would also like to give 5 points for Jasper because he tried really hard with his maths this week. I'd like to give 5 points to Miller for her very ingenious way of cutting up the fruit and also her fantastic work. I'd like to give 5 points to Nia for her brilliant maths, 5 points to Sebastian for his brilliant maths, and I'd also like to give 5 points to Chloe for her fantastic maths and her fantastic Spanish, because she's been doing loads of Spanish and been doing fantastically well with her Spanish.